going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you the 7 outfits that I wore this week. Now I do feel like this year fall just kind of passed us by. I feel like we're just in the midst of winter and it just kind of snuck up on us. So some of these fits are like half fall, some of them are half winter, but I think overall you guys get the gist of the season I'm dressing for. And living in Arizona, the winter here is kind of like fall on most places on the East Coast. So it is a pretty good mix of a little bit of everything. Before we jump into this one, I just want to say thank you to all you guys who supported our Black Friday sales for all the brands. You guys saw my video from 2 uploads ago with styling 17 different fall outfits using only Common Hype, Compliments, and Common Studios products. And that one did really well. The sale went crazy this year. So thank you guys. All the items you guys are going to see in this video and in those past videos are still available online. For the most part, we did have a bunch of things sell out, but a lot of stuff is still up for grabs. So feel free to do your holiday shopping with us. And last thing before we jump into it, make sure you guys leave a comment on this video. Your favorite part could be your favorite fit, could be your least favorite fit. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to be responding to all you guys down below. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right into the 7 outfits that I wore this week. Started off Monday in a really solid pair of denim. I broke out the Menace LA. I think this is called like the steel embossed denim. There's some really dope steel embossing details throughout this garment. I really love the wash and the color on this pair. I don't think I've worn these since I started my fall outfit videos this year, so it's great to break them out again for the first time. I'm also going to pair this denim with my vintage No Fear brown belt. I've actually been wearing this one quite a bit. It is a little bit small, so I can really only fasten it at the shortest setting. However, this is a really solid belt, and I actually just finished designing all of our belts for spring, summer of 2026. And we have some really dope styles releasing next year. So if you guys don't have a solid, genuine leather basic belt, we're gonna have you guys covered in the springtime next year. For the top portion of this outfit, I'm gonna switch out the No Fear tee I have on right now and throw on this vintage heather gray No Fear tee. This one's super simple, just has the No Fear embroidery on the front left chest with the blue eyes. A really dope vintage No Fear piece. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and pair that with the Common Studios red flannel sample. Now I'm really excited for these samples this year. I've been showing them off a little bit in recent videos, but these are gonna be releasing actually on Christmas Day this year. And luckily all the samples were made in my size, so I'm able to kind of style them up a little bit before you guys can get your hands on them and just kind of get a gauge on how you guys can style a piece like this. One of my favorite parts of the fall and winter season is being able to layer, which I did a lot of this week. So I want to make sure that we started off this first outfit in some really simple, solid layers. Went ahead and finished this outfit with my Fear God Essentials Chuck Taylor Converse 70s. Now I do have these in 2 colorways. I have the black and cream pair, and then I also have this gray and cream pair. I will admit I don't wear these as much as I probably could, but I do get around to breaking them out every once in a while, and I thought it was just a perfect way to balance out the colors in this outfit. Started off Tuesday in the Adidas SFTM collab. Now there were a lot of dope pieces that came from this collection, but the one that I decided to pick up is this pair of track pants. They have the 3 stripes going all the way down the leg from the waist seam all the way down to the bottom hem. That's going to be stitched on. And a nice little feature I like about these is that these 3 stripes are actually suede all the way down, whereas the rest of the pant is constructed of a nylon. And I will say I really love the details on this back paracord. This pair just has a lot of dope small details that I can appreciate. So I went with 2 layers for the top part of Tuesday's outfit. I started the base off with this Stussy LA tee. You guys know this was gifted to me by one of my homies. I love wearing this shirt. I wear it a lot during the summer as is, but it's a great length for layering with some of my bigger hoodies in the fall and winter. And then over the top of that, I threw on this vintage No Fear quarter zip hoodie. Now, as you guys know, quarter zips are super popular right now. As you guys are gonna see in today's video, I've been doing it. But if you guys have been watching for multiple years, you guys know I also been doing it, which I think it's great that everyone's coming around to quarter zip season. But I have to admit now, I feel like when I'm throwing on a quarter zip, it looks a little performative, if you will. This is one of my favorite hoodies. I also sourced one in a black colorway that I'll probably break out sometime soon for you guys to see. But I do love this navy one, and I thought these two paired together really nicely. On Tuesday, I went with the Supreme Old School Vans, and I've even thought about picking up one of the other colorways from this pack, but as much as I don't really wear navy blue shoes, I do find myself wearing this pair quite a bit. You guys can kind of tell by the midsole. They're pretty scuffed up. They do get a good amount of wear, and I thought this was the perfect way to end off Tuesday's outfit. Now, since I've sold a bunch of my closet this year, and if you guys follow the channel regularly, you guys know I've had like 2 or 3 pretty big closet sales this year as I've tried to filter out a lot of the stuff in my closet that I do still like. And it was there for a reason and served a cause, but a lot of my stuff I just really wasn't wearing that much. So I tried to really narrow down my closet to all of my really good base pieces, the vintage that I would consider irreplaceable, and also just a good mix of things that I'm gonna actually wear consistently. And I will say, even before I narrowed down my closet and had more options, or now less options than I have, I still really find myself gravitating towards this pair of silver tabs. I think the wash is super money, all the natural distressing around the leg areas, obviously the blown out knee. I just really like this pair, and it is a good medium because I do wear a lot of baggy denim, but I don't want to be an oversized, super baggy denim all the time. So this pair has been a really good median. It is a silver tab loose, so it's not gonna fit baggy, but it's not gonna fit exactly straight. It's kind of somewhere in between, and I thought it was a great way to start off Wednesday's outfit. I had a pretty decent rotation of belts this week as well. I decided to pair this specific outfit with the Common Studios black Constellation belt, our very first belt that we ever released, and kind of the hint to let us know that we can sell good leather products and people will connect with them if they're made well. And as I mentioned a minute ago, I designed some new belts for spring of next year, but I do still like to stay in my roots a little bit and continue to get good functional wear out of a lot of the original designs that we made almost 2 years later. For the top part on Wednesday, I decided to pair it with a really dope piece that I had got, I think it was earlier this year. A brand called Yes I See actually sent me a nice care package of different goods, and this shirt was in it. Now, obviously in the Arizona heat, you're not really wearing a long sleeve up until it actually gets cold. So I haven't had a chance to break this out on the channel yet. I have worn it a few times, but I thought today would be the perfect time to break it out on the channel for you guys for the first time. Just a dope little switch up from your traditional true quarter zip. And I really like that it was kind of in this more formal setting. And the fact that the zipper goes all the way up to the collar, so you can almost zip it all the way up, wear it as a mock neck, or you guys can wear it open. It really just depends on what you're feeling. I think I'll style it both ways for you guys right now in the B-roll, but I do really love this shirt, and I think it was a dope addition to the closet. And then for the footwear, I went with my all white Rick Owens Vans. As you guys know, I have a gray pair in a high top version, and I do wear those quite a bit. So I figured picking up a low top neutral pair would be really dope for the summer next year, and being able to wear a low top version of the shoe that I know I already really enjoy. You guys will also probably see these in my favorite pickups of 2025 video, which I'm planning on filming here in the next week or so. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. But yeah, I thought this was a great way to kind of finish this look off, kept it pretty simple and overall neutral. So Thursday last week was actually Thanksgiving. So for the base of Thursday's outfit, I went with Old Faithful, my Common Studios straight leg denim in granite, one of the top sellers in our Black Friday sale this year. And honestly, just one of our top selling products throughout the entire year so far. I style them pretty much in every video. Today's is no different. A really great way to start off the Thanksgiving outfit. And with this denim, I also paired it with the Common Studios cowbelt. Thought this was a great way to kind of accent the top part of the outfit, which you guys are about to see right now. Tuesday, I did layer, but I went with a really thin t-shirt just as an undertone base so that I wasn't itching through this knit right here. So I have the strawberry blank that I cut and cropped myself. And then I have this knit right here. Now, I do want to give you guys a quick little hint or like hack in a way, so you guys aren't ruining your heavy knitwear, especially during this time of the season. So as you guys can see, I have it folded on this hanger a little bit different. If you put a knit on a hanger, kind of similar to this one I honestly left on the hanger like this just so you guys can kind of see the difference. But over time, knits are very heavyweight material if you have a good quality one. And so what happens over time is as this sits on the hanger, this yarn is going to stretch and stretch and stretch. And so at the point that you take it off the hanger, you're gonna have the hanger's indent kind of peeking on the shoulders. So if you just fold the knit exactly how you would right before you fold it in half, you can just take the hanger and just throw it on the hanger like this, and then all that weight isn't pressured on the shoulders. I would just recommend not hanging knits at all. I fold all of mine But for a hack for you guys, if you're wondering why the shape of your garments are changing, it's probably because you guys are just storing them improperly. But this knit right here is actually from Lacoste. Now this is one of my mom's favorite brands. When we were growing up, she always did her best to have us in Lacoste. And so when I went into the store the other day, I was already just walking past it, and sometimes they have good stuff, sometimes they don't. A lot of the newer Lacoste seasons, runway wise, is really, really dope. But most of the time the stores and even online don't even get those products. A lot of it's overseas. So when I saw this knit, I was like, I actually need this. I ended up picking one up for myself, and then I also bought one for my mom in my mom's size, and she absolutely loved it. You drop the zipper, you get a nice kind of like oversized collar. It's just a really dope piece. It looks hand knitted. Literally like some shit my grandma would do. One of my more recent pickups, and I don't really shop a lot in retail stores, so this was one of my very few retail in-store pickups. Thursday's footwear is what I would personally call a mythical pull. For those of you guys who know, you know. If you don't know, you probably know. Fear of God Vans, the original colorway. I think this was 2014 or 15 if I'm not mistaken, probably closer to 2015. I still have my original pair. They're beat to shit. But honestly, the age on them just makes them more dope. I know the Vans hype is really crazy right now. You guys will see I have some of the newer pairs that I think are dope as well. But you can't ever go wrong with the OG Hype Beast Vans. Super glad that I've kept these in my collection. And it's pretty dope that I completed the original 3 set this year. I've had all pairs at some point in time, but never all together at the same time. And this year I acquired the red pair again. So now I got the big 3 back on ice. Decided to pull these out on Thursday. Thought it was a really dope look, and honestly just a nice way to kind of mix the street style with something a little bit more formal like this. You guys can let me know what you think about this one down below. One of my favorite days of the entire year falls the day right after Thanksgiving, and that is Black Friday. So being a business owner during the Black Friday time, especially during retail, is one of the most stressful, craziest times of the year, to say the absolute least, but it's what we work all year for. There's a very short window of very, very high volume sales throughout the year, and that's gonna be from basically the beginning of November, but really we'll call it Black Friday, all the way up until Christmas Day. Those are the times that people are shopping for each other, they're shopping for themselves, they're spending their yearly bonuses, whatever it is. And so that's the time that we really have to lock in and capitalize, which is what we spend a lot of our summer doing in preparation for this busy time. And so if you guys watched the Common Hype Black Friday video that either went live the same day that you guys are watching this, not sure when I'm gonna upload this one, or it's either already up by the time you guys are watching regardless. This was my Black Friday outfit this year. I went all black, obviously. So I started off with the Common Studios chop pant, one of my favorite pants in my closet, and honestly another one of the top 5 sellers from the Common Studios Black Friday sale. I'd highly, highly recommend, if you guys don't have a good pair of jet black pants. What I mean by jet black is, for example, the pair I'm wearing right now, this granite denim, this is gonna be like a washed, a little bit more of a faded, aged black, right? Jet black is just straight black, no bells and whistles to it. Absolutely, I feel like everyone should have a good, solid fitting pair of jet black pants in their closet. And if you don't, again, I feel like this is honestly one of the best routes because it is simple and we didn't do too much decoration wise. That's why we kind of shifted the pockets a little bit, added the rivets, gave it a little bit of flavor, but still kept it extremely wearable. One of my favorite garments in my closet of the entire year. Started off the Black Friday outfit in the chop pant. I also had to pair the chop pant with the Common Studios Rockstar belt. This is genuinely my most worn belt by far. It's pretty much my daily now that it exists. It was the Constellation belt before that. But one of my favorite features about honestly our belts and our pants is that our genuine leather back tab on our pants is not stitched in on the sides. And so you can run the belt under it, which allows for you guys to actually see the leather patch, which is a small detail, but it is a decorative piece on the garment. You want to be able to see it. And in times you don't, you just put the belt over it as normal. But I always just love seeing how the belt and the back patch just kind of complement each other and give the mid area of a simple outfit still a lot of action. And then for the top part, I started the base layer with my Haven Court Hidden Collab t-shirt. Just needed a simple black base layer piece with not too much graphic on the front to be able to throw over the top the Common Studios zip up star knit. Now I've styled the plum one before, and I guess I technically have also styled this black one. I really love them both. I've been wearing them a lot, especially with the weather now. It's just a super cozy piece. I feel like I'm just getting a warm hug from my grandma all day. These sold really well on the Black Friday sale as well. There's very, very few of the plum version left, like under 15 to 20. And in the black version, we have about 50 of them left. So if you guys have been sitting, contemplating, I definitely wouldn't wait. These all are gonna have custom hardware, a complete custom pattern. You guys can see the star panel woven into the shoulder area, and overall just a really, really dope piece. Felt like this was the perfect way to attack the Black Friday outfit this year. On Friday, I kept it super light on the footwear. I just went with my Nocta Air Force Ones. You guys know how I feel about these. The leather lace tips, you got the Nocta logo on the back heel, and overall just a good pair of all white Fazos. I feel like you can't ever go wrong. Saturday, you probably could have guessed it, but I went with the other pair of straight leg denim from Commons. This is the Jade pair. Same story as the black, just in this different wash. We are running super low on some of the outer sizes, so like 30, 32, 38, 40. I think we're completely sold out of 30s and 40s in both colorways. But if you guys are those middle sizes, I definitely really wouldn't sit around too much longer. These have already been out for 6 months now. Once they're gone, they're gone. And a lot of you guys truly respect my closet and the things that I wear. I wouldn't be wearing these every single week if they weren't good. So take my word for it, go get yourself a really high quality pair. And also, I haven't had any constructional problems with these pants. And these are even the samples. So I've been wearing these even longer than this pant's been out. We spent 1.5 years developing these in the highest quality we could for a reason. They're gonna last you a lifetime. I honestly just can't say enough good things about this pant. So I also went ahead and paired this with one of my favorite belts in my closet. It's my boys brand. It's called Articles Clo. He made these genuine leather belt straps with these crazy hand placed studs in them. Just a really dope product that I picked up this year as well. And then I threw on my vintage Dragon No Fear tee. This one's really dope. I love the colors on it, and the fade on it is literally perfect. Over the top of that, I threw on this vintage Cabela's button up kind of pullover type beat. I think I picked this up a few years ago, and then I had Crystal resize it so it got kind of shortened because it was a bigger piece. But around this time of year, I will just throw it on over a t-shirt on days where it's not really overly cold, but it's not necessarily warm either. And it just is a comfortable piece that kind of gets me through the day. Footwear on Saturday, you guys probably could have guessed, you would have seen these at some point in the video. I got my studded out black leather Vans. I've legitimately worn these at least twice a week for the past, I don't know how long ago I got these, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I wear them that much. I like how it's a little different too. A lot of like the studded out stuff is very like shiny and sparkly. This is like a flat silver, so it's not like a jeweled out crazy pair like probably the next pair you guys are gonna see. They are louder, but I just think they're dope, super wearable, and I do wear them a lot. Last outfit of the week. Sunday was a really dope outfit, honestly, in my opinion. As you guys can see too from this week's outfits, I guess if you've been watching the channel for quite some time too, my style has, I wouldn't really use the word changed as much as I would evolved, but there's just something about simplicity to me now that I think is just really underrated, especially looking back in times of how I used to dress and trying to be louder intentionally, if that makes sense. So like a lot of my footwear, as you guys have seen, even in the last year, not even in the past like couple of months, my sense of footwear has really simplified. The way that I pair pieces together has simplified. Certain colors that I wear have really simplified. A lot of my stuff now is very monotone, I would say. It's very black, white, cream, brown, sometimes navy, but for the most part, I'm not wearing that much color. And it's not to say I don't like wearing color anymore, but I just feel better in a simpler outfit, to say the least. And there's still so many infinite ways to take fashion when it comes to simplicity and just honing down the logos you're wearing, the prints you're wearing, the fabrics you're wearing. But I've just really enjoyed kind of exploring a little bit more of a mature style as I get older as well. A lot of these fits you guys have seen, I've been making videos like this since I was like 18. So inevitably my style is gonna change and evolve over time. But I have noticed quite apparently, especially when I got rid of a lot of the stuff in my closet, how much I just would rather be in something a little bit more low profile. And if it is something louder, something that's still classy in a way. And so before you guys comment like, you don't wear any color anymore, your fits are getting boring, I would disagree. I think my fits have honestly never been better and more practical. And especially when you just get older. I don't know how old you guys are watching when you're watching this video. I'm 24 right now, I'll be 25 in April next year. There's just kind of, you get to a point in your life where you're not wearing the overly loud stuff anymore. So hopefully that makes sense. But either way, we ended off the week in a really dope outfit. I have this pair of cargo pants from grwm. I'm not gonna lie, for a $1,200 pair of pants, you would think the button would stay fastened to the pant, but the entire button system kind of fell off of these. Now I didn't pay $1,200 for these pants, but still that was kind of shocking to me. I know grwm has some pretty high quality stuff. It is something I can get repaired too, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I was kind of disappointed when I realized I couldn't button my pants up anymore. So I hit one of my favorite layering combos on Sunday, and that is the long sleeve under the t-shirt. Now this look was a little different because usually I like to wear a white shirt where you can't really see anything but the sleeves, but this shirt I decided to wear, it's from Saint Laurent, and it's got a wider neck collar, so you can see the white shirt under it a little more. But either way, I thought this still came out really dope. For the long sleeve, I actually wore the Common Studios sample blank, and we've been developing these over the summer. I can't remember if I styled these in any of the recent videos, but they're so freaking soft. Like, it's so comfortable. I could work out in this, I could just chill in it, I could sleep in it, I could layer it, I could wear it as is, which I have been wearing these blanks like as is. I think we literally perfected the long sleeve. Now, because I'm wearing all black and white, I could have kind of gone any direction with the footwear. And now that I'm looking at it, this is a very similar fit to my Black Friday outfit, but can you really ever go wrong with black and white? I feel like you can't. But yeah, I got the old school pearlized Vans. These are the most recent drop. These originally dropped at ComplexCon. I wasn't even able to have a chance of picking them up because we were vending and it was just way too crazy. And then the online release happened. The value of them sliced in half. And so it was the perfect time for me to pick a pair up. I think that hot pink pair, while it is dope, I don't think I would wear it nearly as much as this pair. So that's why I felt a little bit more justified to pick up this one. And I think they are a dope pair of shoes that made this outfit look really good. Those are the outfits that I wore this week. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Again, your favorite part, your least favorite part, whatever it is. I'll be responding to all you guys down below in the comments, and look forward to some different uploads in the next coming weeks. We're trying to finish out the year strong, and I am as locked in as I possibly can be to get you guys all the content that I can outside of content for the businesses and things of that nature. Stay tuned and up to date with everything we're doing on Instagram, Common Hype, Common Studios, Makoto Archive, my personal Instagram. No shortage of accounts you guys can stay up to date with. So I do appreciate you guys as always for the support. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in next week's upload.